We are on Twitch. And we are on YouTube. I think we should be at least. Let's check it out. Let's see. Yes, we are here. Let's see. Yes, we are here as well. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Beautiful. We're ready. We're ready to go then. Let's see. We have people here. All right. If there's anybody there, let me know if you can hear me. I think I've managed to finally resolve the audio issues we were having. Those were some issues yesterday. I know. I'm sorry. We've had some... Hey, good thing. How's it going? Simon saying avanti. Grazie mille, Simon. Or Simeone was, I think, right? Simeone. And, yeah. Here we are. So, it is working. It is working, I think. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. Because I think I've managed to solve the audio problems. I think... Beautiful. Thank you very much, Simon. Or Simeone. Let me know if it's Simon or Simeone like that. Because I think it was Simeone on Discord there. So let me know if I'm saying it wrong or not. But awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, everyone who arrives, please say hello in the chat. Send a thumbs up there. Give a thumbs up to the video. Help me out there with the thumbs up. Let me know if you're there. Makes it a lot easier. It's strange, right? But it makes it a lot easier to know that you're actually talking to someone. I don't know why, all right? Because I think there's a difference when you're talking to the camera because you're filming, and the difference when you're talking to the camera because you know you're like just streaming, right? Knowing there's someone out there, it makes it way easier. At least you know someone's there. I don't know. So yeah, if you're there, let me know. And well, I have something interesting for you tonight. It says Simeon is Greek. Simon is Latin for me. It's okay both ways, no problem. Fantastic. Simeon it is. Simeon. I don't know. You let me know which one you prefer though. But yeah, let's go with Simeon for now. Marky there. Fantastic. Thank you, Marky. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, thank you for everyone there for being here tonight. And we have an interesting one tonight because I think we're going to be doing something that is very useful for everyone. First of all, welcome back to everyone. Welcome to this new session of crazy bald man with a beard talking to you here and trying to show you stuff that I can do and I can help you with. So now that finally we have solved, I think, all the problems we had. I think the only one thing I changed for this one, other than the filters and the stuff with the microphone that I think made it work, was I also managed to find a way to hide the OBS interface. So the next time I show you the screen, if I'm changing something in the OBS, you won't be seeing the OBS window, which I think is annoying, right? If I want to move myself around or something, you won't be seeing that screen. Hopefully that will be the case. Hi Richard. Hi. Hello. Thank you for joining us. First time seeing you, I think. All right. So tonight we have a very interesting one. We're going to be doing a object picking, and the interesting part of this is that we're gonna see how Rogue Engine and Three.js are interacting in this thing, and it's very useful for many sorts of games. It's something that Nige asked on Discord how to do, and yesterday I kind of hinted that it's quite simple actually, but it has its nuances depending on your on your approach on what you want to do. What specifically what Nige asked was a first-person controller with picking, right? So we're going to assume that we're picking from the center of the screen. We're going to assume that we have some kind of crosshair, and we're going to be picking from the center of the screen. We're going to look at something, right, with the crosshair, and we're going to pick that, right? We're going to click on that, and we're going to pick it, all right? So that's pretty much it. I think that's what we're going to do, and I think it's going to be fun, simple, and we're going to look at the different nuances. We're going to see the interaction with Rogue Engine and Three.js, and different parts of it. And we have time enough, and yeah, and we feel like we're going to make probably a different version of it, right? We can play around a bit. So yeah, we could, and if you ask for something, maybe we can do something else like that, okay? But yeah, this is going to be more like a specific sort of live stream where I do this thing, and yeah, if we have time, we'll do something else. But yeah, let's go for that, okay? All right. If all's going well, let me know, please. I'm still a bit nervous. I don't know why, but it's this thing. I'm still getting used to this stuff. So yeah. All right. Let's go for it. I have something ready for you. I've gotten something ready for you. A bit ready, right? Just a tiny bit things, right? It's just a couple of things, and I haven't done a lot. Okay, I can see that you cannot see the OBS screen, so that it's working. Fantastic. Amazing. Yeah, I'm glad, because honestly, everything I touch seems to break something else. So no, this one was good. Beautiful. All right. Okay, let's go for this. Okay, so we have this scene here, right? The scene that we had yesterday with the car scene and all that, right? So in this case, I've just created these two boxes, okay? In this case, we have a box that is simply a box, right? It's a mesh, which has a material and all that, has a geometry, right? And in this case, it's a group, right? And it has a box inside of it, right? And the box is simply called box. As you can see, this one's called my box, and this one's called box, and it's inside a group, right? And they're in the same place, right? So we shouldn't have any problems with the positioning, right? They're exactly in the same position, vector. So we're going to see how we can click this, right, with the crosshair in a first-person controller, all right? So in order to achieve this, what I've done is I've created this first-person picker. I'm sorry about the mess of this thing, but it's just grabbed the project that I already had here so that we could have a little scene there, just for pretty eye stuff, you know, that we can see there. I don't know. Just that. Okay, let's go and look at our first person picker element thing here, component that I created. Okay, I haven't done anything other than just adding a crosshair. I didn't want to bore you with this because it's simply a crosshair div, right? It's just simply creating a div inside our component. I've added some styles, okay, and I've appended this in the UI container of the runtime. That's all, okay? And I'm doing this in the start, okay? This in the wake as well, I think, but it's okay. We can do it in the start. I think it's safer. It's fine. That's totally fine. Okay, so now this component is going to be added directly to the first-person controller, okay? So we need a first-person controller. How do we get our first-person controller? Let's grab our first-person controller first so we know what we're talking about, okay? So we can come here at the, to the Rogue Rapier package here, prefabs, and grab our first-person controller. Simply drag and drop it here in the scene, okay? We can also press Alt A, as I always say, right? Just drag and drop it here like that, okay? That's the way we do this with the first person controller. We hit play now. You see, we're going to see the first person controller. We're going to be able to move around, right? And we have these boxes here that we cannot do anything yet, right? I'm clicking there and nothing happens. And nothing too interesting will happen either, right? I mean, we're just going to log the name. That's all we're really going to do. We don't need nothing that interesting to happen there, really, other than that. We have some message here. Simeon says, it would be great that this example that you work in here to integrate it to the engine as a template, of course, with Raycaster. Yeah, what I'm going to show you is very simple. You're going to be able to reproduce it any component, right? There is the same thing. In fact, I've done with the first-person shooter example, right? With the first-person shooter package, I've actually done the same thing, because it's the same technique that you use to shoot something, right? In order to shoot, you simply pick something, right? You're picking a position to shoot and you're shooting there. You could use it to aim in a certain direction, or directly to shoot directly, right? So if you're shooting raycast, right? If you're doing if you're doing hit scan for shooting. So yeah, we're gonna grab this first person controller, and here we're going to add our what's the name of the thing we added? We created a first person picker here, right? Okay, yeah, we drag and drop it. Okay, it's gonna be much easier. All right, so okay, here we are. Yes, so here we have it, a first person picker, and it does nothing for now, right? We have that, and it has no use whatsoever until we do something to it. Okay, so we're gonna have to create something here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a field, right? So we're going to create a props text, and we're going to call it selected, like that, right? Yeah. It's just going to be initialized as an empty field. This is going to give us the text field in the editor, right? So we come back here and you see we have a selected field here. All right, great. All we want is to have the name logged here. That's all we want. And then what else are we going to do now? Well, we're going to need also a raycast, right? We're going to a raycaster. So we're going to create a raycaster field, right? And we're going to initialize it directly here. So we're going to do new Three.raycaster. Okay, like that. We don't need to do anything else to it. You know, we could add an origin and all that, but we don't want that right now. Okay, all we want is to create the raycaster, because we're going to set it to the center of the screen at that particular moment. So what are we going to do here? Okay, we're going to say that if re.input, right? So we're going to use the input get down. This means when we press down, right? At the moment we press down, it's capturing the moment we press down. It's not the time how long it's pressed, right? It's just going to be the moment we press it down, just once, all right, for one frame. And we're going to say we're going to use fire, because this is a standard one we have, that is the click, right? So we're just going to use that. We could create one, but I'm not going to bore you with that right now. It's just fire is the click, right? We're going to get more in depth with the input system and all that another time, but right now, trust me, fire is the click. I think it's control as well. So just believe me there. And all we're going to do here is, first of all, we're going to need to set the raycaster. We're going to need to set it to something. So we're going to say the raycaster dot we're gonna say from camera, and this we're gonna, okay, I like doing it this way because it's a lot better. I just do it like as3, right? Just create like a little object with an x and a y, say as3 vector 2, so we don't have to create a new object like that, just use that, it's a little notation there, and that's it, a little JSON will do. And and here we'll set the camera, which is runtime camera. Okay, so we're simply setting the raycaster with the camera. When we click, we want to set the raycaster to say, okay, shoot from the center of the camera. Okay, that's what we're doing. Shoot from the center of the camera. Shoot this raycast from the center of the camera. We're going to also we're going to give it a far property, because we don't want to select something that is too far away, right? We want to select something that is close enough. So we're going to give it a, I don't know, like maybe a remember that we're always talking units. In general we talk about them as, I don't know, as meters or something like that. So let's use maybe 0.5, right? Say it's half a meter or something. It's somewhere we could reach, right? Somewhere reachable or something. And we could say 1 meter. I don't know, whatever you want, really. This is up to you. And now we need to shoot the raycast. Now, how do we do that? We need to intersect objects. So there's multiple ways to approach this, okay? The way I, for this time, I'm just gonna comment this, but something that I've also took the liberty to create beforehand was, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. I created a tag. Okay, I've created a tag, this tag called selectable. Okay. Are you, before we keep going, are you all following me? It's all good. I'm gonna look at the, if you have any doubts or something, let me know. Okay, I'm looking at the chat here. I don't see anyone coming in, so okay. You let me know if there's any doubts or something, but I'll keep going. All right. So I've took the liberty to create this little tag called selectable. You can create your own tag whenever you want. Okay, you just, I'm gonna delete it. This will be created within your project. Okay, so you know, so you can see here, you can have your tags in all your objects. You see, so we can create a new tag. I'm gonna create the tag selectable like that, you know, and whoa, something happened there. I think I broke it. Probably broke it, yeah. Oh, what did I do? Selectable. Yeah, I think since I deleted it, yeah, because it exists, let's call it select. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Okay, we found a bug there, because if we delete it, now we need to go back and restart the project to use the new tag. That's ridiculous. Okay, so let's call this tag select, and we select it, right? We click on it, and we know we have the tag select. We could add multiple tags to an object, right? We can create select player, and like that, right? So we can then come here to the group. We're going to grab the group, not the box, the group, and we're going to say select there, right? So what we're going to do here, we have multiple options here. We can do const target and say RE, right? This is the Rogue Engine library, and we can say from the Rogue Engine library, this is the kind of helpers that Rogue Engine gives us, right? We're using here the Three.js raycaster, right? Regular Three.js raycaster. This is a Three.js camera within our scene, right? This is a runtime. This is a proper, this is a scene controller from Rogue Engine that's actually controlling the scene, right? As it's a regular Three.js scene. And here we are using the Rogue Engine library. And with the Rogue Engine library here, we're going to do, what we're going to do is we're going to get objects. Get with what's the name? Tags, sorry, tags, and get objects. Okay, and we can just get the ones with tag select. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to get all the objects with the tag select, and this will be our targets. Okay, so now to intersect objects with the raycaster, okay, here it lets us take a it takes a list of objects, right, an array of objects, and that's what targets is. Beautiful. So now we can simply do that, right? And what we need to do is get intersections, get the intersections, right? And what we're going to say is that if intersections, the length is greater than 0, right? So if we have more than one intersection, we're going to say here we know that we are hitting something. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to show the name of the object that we hit, right? So we're going to say const op equals intersections 0, right? Because this is an array, right? So we're going to get the intersection in position 0, the first one. We're going to say the object, right? And that's the ob, right? That's the object there. And we're going to say that this dot selected equals object dot name. Okay. So if we hit something, okay, if we hit something, we get the name of the object and we print it here. Okay, that way we can see what we're doing. Okay, so here we go. Then we simply look at this. We're going to be looking here, right? Looking down here and select it. You see it, right? Okay, down here, bottom right. Okay, so we play the scene. Okay, so you see when I click, the cursor disappears. And you can see the cursor there, right? You can see barely see the crosshair. The crosshair is too transparent, but I think you can see it, right? You can see the little crosshair there in the middle of the screen. If you click, right? What's going on? If you click, I think I called it something else. Probably missed the tag name. Probably miscalled the tag name or something. What did I call it? Select. Okay, let's go back to it. What do you call it? Select. Get a target. What did I do here? I did something wrong here. Okay, let's go for it. Let's look what's going on. Did I save? Yes. Let's go back. It's cool. I get the points. All right. Yes. I made a mistake here apparently. Let's save it. Let's do this. Let's save this because I think I broke something. Okay, let's save this. Let's save this and let's reload it for a second. And but yeah, basically what we want is to have we have two options here that we can use. Okay, we have two options. The options that we have well, not two options, but there are basically how can we say it? We have the option to have our the object we select to be the one that we are like the actual box, or to be the parent, the group, right? So that's a little bit of a nuance that we're going to see when we're doing this, because in general the object that you want is not really the mesh. Say you have this this knight that has, I don't know, this, or say you have this character that you're hitting with your raycast, right? You hit the character with a raycast, and when you hit the character with a raycast, you're actually hitting the mesh. You're not really hitting the object, the parent object. But what you want to know is who the parent is. You want to know who the what the unit of the object is, and that's why we added that group there, right? Because not always you're going to be hitting just a regular mesh that is a full unit as a mesh, right? Sometimes it's a group that has a bunch of things and you're hitting something in that group and you want to know what is this a part of. Is this the shield of a knight? Is this the weapon of of a soldier, right? What is this? So we need this specific thing, right? So yeah, we're going to reload this thing because I broke it. Yeah, I broke it. I did something wrong. I broke this. And yeah, so we have look at that. Selectable came back. Thank you for coming back, mate. Thank you very much. Yes. Where were you? Where did you think you go? There we go. And now, yeah, we have select. Let's use selectable because I like selectable much better. I don't know why, but I like selectable much better. Yeah, this one doesn't have any tags, right? Just be clear. And this one has selectable tag. Okay. Can have selectable tag there. We hope it works now. I don't know why. If it doesn't work, it's just a weird thing. Super weird thing. So yeah, well let's try it out. Let's see what happens, okay? Okay, we're gonna save like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take a bit there. Okay. And let's go there and test it out. Yeah, and it's not working. Then it wasn't that. We're doing something wrong clearly here. I must have missed something here. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to say that this does selectable to make sure that we are not making a mistake here with the input. We're going to say selected equals fired, so that we know that we have actually fired. Okay. So whenever I click, there it says fire. Right. So we're entering here. Okay, we're getting this thing. Beautiful. We know that we are firing something. This is how you debug when you have a problem like this, right? This is how you debug it. This is you know, you can start doing this sort of little games there to debug the thing. If something doesn't work, no need to panic. You know, these things happen. So you just go, okay, this selected, we can do targets, and we're going to see how many we hit, right? We're going to see targets. We're going to get length, right? So how many we have? Oh, okay. I changed the name of the tag. Let's selected. Okay. Let's look at it again now. With the objects with the actual tags there. Yeah, no, it's not working yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know why, maybe. Okay. It could be because the far is too short as well, right? That could also be it. Let's remove the far. Just to be sure that we're not. Okay, no, it's not the far. It's not the far. What is it then? We're gonna grab the selected. Okay, we're gonna do this selected equals target the length to string. Okay, so we do this. We come here and we see what do we have. So there's nothing with the tag with the selected tag. Can't find the things with the tag. Selectable. Okay, I'm an idiot. Double selectable. Okay, yeah. Amazing. Selectable. Let's look at the little thing we have here. Okay, now we have two. Now we have two there, and now we found. Okay, we were just mistaking the name of the tag for some reason. I was doing something stupid there. Now it's finding. As you can see, we're hitting the my box. And we're hitting the box. In general, when you're making something like this, you make mistakes and you debug like that, and you find out, oh, okay, I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's usually that. Usually you say, okay, I'm just stupid. I can't do it because I'm just stupid. But I keep doing it anyway. You know, I keep going. See, you can be stupid and still do these things. You know, it's incredible, right? You don't need to be a genius. You just have to, you know, be persistent enough to find the bugs that you create. You know, see how there I added a far and now it doesn't like it. So previously the problem we had, is that the far, it was too short. So we're going to use a far. So that's the problem we were having today. When we had the correct tag, was that the far was too short. So we now using a 1. We'll see how close we need to get. Yeah, we need to get to. It's too close. We can choose, say, maybe I don't know. You know what? You know what? This is a perfect situation to say re.props.num and say we're gonna get it from we're gonna say how far. We're gonna say what's the name? What's the name of a property? How I can naming things is the most difficult thing in programming. We're gonna call it far. We're gonna call it far. We're gonna call it far, and yeah, it's just gonna be called far. We're gonna say for. Okay. We're just gonna use that here. Okay. This the far. Okay. And yeah, that was an easy choice though. Far. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. I still don't like it. It looks out of context. Not convinced. Okay, so we hit play. Yeah, there. Okay, it's still too there, maybe there. Okay, so maybe we take it to 3 or maybe 2. Okay, 2. I think I like 2. There. Yeah, I think I like 2. Yeah, I think 2 is fine, right? We can click it there. We can click it there, and there you go. All right. So that's another thing. You see that we were setting selected to be this to string, but as you can see, we should actually first reset the select, okay, before we hit anything, so that we know that we haven't clicked anything. Because what happens if we remove anything from here, right? Say come here, hit play. All right, I haven't hit anything here yet. Okay, so there's nothing there, but now I hit something, and now I don't hit anything again, but it tells me that I've still it still says selected, still says my box. Okay, so if we actually depend on this, that, we should first reset selected, right? So that we know we haven't clicked on anything, right? We're not going to be using this for much of that, but right. But I mean, I think that works, right? I mean, I think that, yeah, there you go. And then we click outside, and there you go. And then we click this thing, and then, okay, there. All right. How did that work? Okay, any comments there? No selectable. Oh, you were all talking to me now, and I wasn't listening to you. Maybe you had this magic wisdom that I don't have. It's very likely, because I'm probably very incompetent in comparison to you. I'm absolutely sure that you're all much more competent than I am. Capital S. Yeah, I think it was something else. But remember, return to Castle Wolfenstein when you get closer to the trigger. For example, a door or a lever, a hand, thumbnail popping out, showing you that you intersect is usable the object. Yes, you can instantiate like there in the position. You can instantiate something there, right? Boop, instantiate something there, like it goes boop. Sorry, I hit the microphone. And I didn't mean to hit you like that. Didn't mean to mistreat you in that way. Kill your ears and anything. Now, even less now that we have a compressor. We have a proper compressor, added compression, limiting, all that fancy stuff. That I know how to do somewhere else, and I didn't know how to do here on OBS. And apparently, so say this change it to selectable in the get object. You didn't change it. Yeah. So you were telling me, you were giving me the wisdom that I needed, and I wasn't listening. Because I wasn't looking at the chat, right? Because I should have been listening to you. Clearly, I need to listen to you more. Clearly, and I'm not doing that. And I'm not doing. When I don't do that, that's my destiny. Just I do badly. I need to listen to you more. Cool. Not selectable. There you go. And Marky laughing at me. Clearly, you're in your whole right to laugh at me, because clearly I'm just making mistakes. A machine of making mistakes. And here Richard says, could have TypeScript helped in this. This is TypeScript. This is TypeScript. yeah. That's something I usually say. I laugh because that's what you usually say. That sounds like me. You're just being me right now, and I find that funny because yeah, that's something that perhaps I don't know. Using the TypeScript types, some kind of a mechanism there for types. But yeah, the tags have this thing that since you're creating them within the engine, and you need a string to use them, it's really hard to type the string, right? There's lots of different things there around putting a type, or creating for something so dynamic that the user is adding. Creating something that is typed there is very difficult. You know that you need a string. You don't really know what the string is going to say, right? So I have to dynamically generate those types, and that can easily become a nightmare, in general. So yeah, but it's cool. I mean, it worked, and we found a bug and all that, and also we are going to do something else now that is going to be cool, because you're going to see something we haven't touched yet there, right? So this says, Simeon says, there is a T-pose character standing in the distance. Yes, you've yeah, you saw our friend here. Yeah, the guy there is standing at the back there. Our friend, the what's his name? I don't know if does he have a name? Yeah, this thing here. Yeah, it's like a monument in a square. This is a square, and it's like the monument there. I actually thought of that. This is actually, I thought this is the T-pose plaza or something. I don't know, the T-pose square. T-pose square is called. Okay, I'm creating a city here there's a guy in a T-pose doing the T-pose there, commemorating it. It's like the Jesus in Brazil, and in Rio, it looks like Jesus in Rio, it looks like that, Oh, look at that. It's perfect. If you had a mountain there, you could put it on top and it would be Jesus, right? It could be perfect on the distance. Yeah. Yeah, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, yeah, let's keep going with this. I think it's all looking good. If you if you're still here, let me know, guys. All right. This is so funny. All right, okay. So we have the far here, the far thing. Also, right. We decided on 2. Okay, so we're gonna leave it at 2 there. And yeah, and what else are we going to do now? Yes, we can do. Okay, but we're going to just do something else now, because if you noticed, we're actually just capturing the tag. All right, we're taking the objects that have this tag, but we never really got the group. So imagine that we have here, right, like what I said, if your character stuff is on the group, right, if the stuff that you actually need is on the group, is on the parent object, right, you need to be able to capture that object. You don't really want the box itself. You don't want that little thing there. Probably, maybe you do. I don't know. It's like, okay, maybe you do, but still you need to know whose shield is that, whose weapon is that, So the way you do that is you go to the parent, right? So another way to handle this, right, or the way to handle that would be to say, okay, we intersected with this thing. So now we go, okay, we need the okay, we need the object. We need rogue engine dot get. And here in general, you have a bunch of get something there, right? Get nearest group, for instance, right? This will give you the nearest group. So if you know that it's a group, you can get the nearest group, the nearest parent group upwards, right? And if you know it's a group, that's fantastic. But if you have a tag and it's already there, and it kind of represents the thing that you want, right? Represents that unit, right? Because you could do this, okay? But if you have the tag, you could also do get nearest with tag, okay? And so you get, the object that you've hit, right? And you get the tag. The tag is, in this case, selectable, okay? So we say parent, right? And so if we have a parent, here, right? If we've got a parent, we get the name. Otherwise, we get, right, this little notation. I love this little notation. Isn't this beautiful? You could just write it down like this. I love it. I don't know. I think it's nice. I like it. And you just get the name like that. Okay. How nice is that? How nice is that? Do you like that? Okay. Samba de Janeiro. Says Samba de Janeiro. All right. Let's go back to the object here, and we look at this here. Okay, right. So as you see, we can now come here and click Cristo Redentor. Click there. That's the name of the thing. You click here. I couldn't remember the name. It saved my life. Yeah, Cristo Redentor. That's the statue, the name. There we go. We're hitting the group. Here we're hitting the box because that's the parent, and here we're hitting the group, right? So in the case that the group is the actual object that you need, and you want to know, okay, who does this box belong to? Is this the group that this box belongs to? So I know that if this is a weapon that I'm hitting, this is a leg, a head, right? So this is how you decide if you've hit, like, if you've this is a headshot, right? You've hit on a box that you put, like a little box that you put on top of the head, an invisible box on top of the head, right? And you say, okay, if I hit this thing or a sphere or something, if you say, if you hit that, then it's a headshot, okay? So you grab that then, right? Because maybe the head itself is not separated, right? Maybe the head itself has 10 different pieces, right? So you put something on top of it, you know, okay, we have hit the head, right? And you select that, right? And you get the parent, and the parent is the thing that you actually want to know, okay, whose head have I just shot, right? And so you kill that player, right? Because you've hit the head of that player. Kind of like that, or you hit the shield of the knight, so you haven't really damaged knight, something like that, right? It's a kind of that kind of logic that you apply to this sort of thing. So I thought it was an interesting experiment to do this object picking, because you get all these different nuances, like you know, with selecting something with a certain tag, or like if you, for instance, there's one thing that is bad here. This is an interesting one. What if you have something in front? What if you have something like you want something to actually block the object, right? If I'm hitting a wall, right? Should the wall be selectable, for instance, if I have a wall in front and I'm just far enough? In that case, you shouldn't really have this filtered by the selectables, right? So how do you do that? Well, in that case, right, if you don't want to hit an obstacle in front of you, you would just grab, instead of grabbing the targets like this, right, you would simply come here and say re.runtime.scene, and we do true here, okay? Objects are scene.children, right, because this asks for a an array of children. This is where TypeScript, this who was it that said that? Was it Richard? This is why TypeScript is useful. Because I would have made that mistake. You're sure I would have made that mistake? Absolutely sure I would have made that mistake. You know, someone would say, yeah, you could also have done that with something else. Yeah, with the type thing. I don't remember the name, but yeah, TypeScript solves that problem easily. So that's where it's very, very useful. Mostly if you don't know what you're doing, right? But also if you know what you're doing, you also make lots of mistakes that just you won't do them, you know, if you have this tool. So yeah, okay. In that case, right, we have the children and we say true. Why do we say true here? Okay, because what it does here is says it's recursive, right? Recursive. So we're saying that we want to look into all of the children, all that, right? So we say as far as we're hitting, as far as we send an array, we're going to check in all of the objects to see if they're there. So this is a lot less performant, right? So usually what I would recommend is having a set of groups of objects, right? Something that you can yeah, something that's more manageable, not the whole scene, right? But maybe if you have an object in the scene like the environment, right, and you want to check for the environment to see if you're hitting something in the environment, maybe it's the walls or something like that, maybe that it's stacked in a certain way or something, obstacles in general, you want to have them tagged. It's usually going to make your game a lot more performance. It's going to make every time you click not having to think about it too much. Mostly if you have some objects that are very heavy on polygons, the raycast is actually checking everywhere, so you don't want that to be, you know, we are going to look later at the rapid raycast, the fast raycast plugin, but that is just a drag and drop plugin basically. But yeah, this is going to make it recursive. So now we use the selectable tag, right, only here to know that we're hitting the this object, right? We want to know that we're hitting something that has a selectable tag, right? So if we don't get anything with a selectable tag, okay, we don't really care. Okay, the first thing we hit has to be something with a selectable tag. That's what we're saying there, right? That's all we care about. So we come here, back here, down here, and we do there, right, and here, and it still works, and it works perfectly. Okay, but if you had an obstacle in front there, right, it wouldn't work, right, because you'd be hitting something else, right? Say let's put a, yeah, let's duplicate this box, or let's duplicate this one. Okay, so let's put this one in front here, right? So if I hit this box, right, well, if I don't select the first person character, it won't work, right? But if I'm hitting this box first, right? Oh, this is the son of the group. I didn't remove it. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm an idiot. All right, so there you go. So I hit play there. Let's go here to the, okay, so we can test it. Okay, so we're hitting this box and not that other one. Okay, and then when we hit here, there is my box, and there's nothing, and there's my box, and there's nothing, and there's my box. All right, so we have obstacles there. We're taking that into account, and it's slower, yes, but keep the distance not too far, right? And if you can get a more scoped amount of objects that you want, that you can use, then I highly recommend that. Okay, any doubts, anyone there? I don't know if it's anyone still there, there's anyone still there, but yeah, I think it was quite clear. If you need me to go through this again, let me know. If this was clear, please let me know there. Give me a thumbs up. Tell me if this thing's making sense at all, and we can keep going with this thing. So we said we have a selectable, a selected text field here. We have a far property we added. Right, we know we like 2, so we're gonna remove this and add 2, so we know that's the amount we'll actually like it. We're gonna say we added a raycast there. We have a crosshair here that we've added to the scene, and all we do is when we fire, right, when we hit fire, right, when we select the click, right, remember, you have to trust me, this is the click right now, and what you do is we reset the selected tag. Okay, we sorry, the selected tag, no, the selected text field. That's all we're doing, select the text field, and we set the camera, we set the raycaster to the center of the camera. Okay, to the center of the camera, right, and we use our camera. We have to tell which camera, right? We use the runtime camera, the runtime Rogue Engine runtime camera. All right. And then we say, okay, how far do we want it? We're going to use the far property that we've set here, that we can set dynamically from the inspector. And then we come here and say intersect objects, intersect the children of the scene, right, recursively. And then we come here and we say if we've hit something, right, we look at the object we've hit, the first one, and we say, okay, give me the nearest object with the tag selectable, right? The nearest object to this with the tag selectable is going to look up and say which is the nearest parent with the tag selectable. This was created, I created this specifically because of this need that I talked to you about. The need that we have to sometimes we hit something and we need to know who is the parent, who is the actual object containing this object. So that way we simply set the tag like that, and there we go. We say, okay, the text field is the name of the parent. That's all we set here, and we know who we've hit. It's very simple, okay? I think it's very simple. Let me know if it's simple enough, if this is understood. If we can, I cannot see the console output. There is no console output. What we're doing is what we're doing is we're setting the selected tag, the selected text field. So let me show you. So here we have, you see, we have this selected object text field we've created, right? So what this does here, okay, this thing here is it creates a text field for this property, so we can set it in the inspector, right? So here in the inspector we have the selected text field here, right? And instead of typing something there ourselves, we're simply setting it to whatever we hit here, okay? So if we don't hit anything, it's going to be reset every time. So if we don't hit anything, it's going to show a blank. So we come back here. I'm going to show you again. Look at you take a look at the selected text field down there, okay? You pay attention down there, down on the right, bottom right, okay? When we hit there, you see my box there. And we hit here, there's nothing, okay? And we hit there, my box, there, nothing. You see, and we hit here is the group. You see that? It changes to the group, right? Before we had that, right? We were hitting only the box. It would show the box, but now it shows the group. Just the parent is what we need. So was that? Were you able to see there the output? Let me know if that was good. So far, so good. No problem, mate. No problem. Good thing. Glad I could help there. Let me know if there's something else. So far so good. You're a great teacher. No doubt. No, I've made so many mistakes in this short life that I've proven myself to be horrible at it. But hey, I'll do my best. I put the best of me here. So trust me. I'm putting my best here. My best effort. Okay, let's look at something else. So we checked how to click it directly on object itself, right? How to hit on a box, how to hit on a specific mesh. We've checked how to actually look at the how to select a specific part of an object, right? Say we want to know who we're hitting, right? We're hitting this thing, and we know if we hit the I don't know, we hit a headshot or we've hit the weapon of this thing or something like that. Okay, so we know how to handle that now. But also there's another thing. There's something else that in some cases it may be useful. I think, in fact, sometimes if you don't have a first-person controller, say we don't have this, let's remove it. Okay, let's remove the first-person controller. Let's create an object picker, okay? Because you may not want that. You may want just an object picker. You may want something to just pick objects in your scene, right? From your camera, right? So all we're going to do is we're going to grab our camera here. To move it up here, right? We're going to bring it here to us. Okay, there we go. There it is. Yeah. There. Let's just bring it up here a bit. I'm gonna pull it down like this. There we go. Or like that. You can see there in the reproduction there. Like this a bit more. So we can see better, right? So we can see better. Okay. Yeah, that's all we want. Okay. So we hit play now. we're gonna have just the camera there and the different boxes. Okay. So what we're going to do now is probably the code of the other thing remained here, and we have a lock on the on the object. We have a lock stay put lock on the on the click there. So we need to first of all reset that. We need to do I'm gonna say re input mouse unlock, right, to make sure the mouse is never locked when we are using the object picker. Okay. And so remember what we did here. Okay, remember what we did in the first person picker, right? In the first person picker, we were actually picking an object from the center of the screen, right? So, but picking with the mouse, that's a bigger mess. That's a much bigger mess. Oh, hi Marcel. It says, greetings from Germany. Hello Marcel. Greetings from the UK here. Yeah, we're gonna look this thing, okay? Because this is a bit of a mess. This is a bit of a mess, truly a mess. If we want to hit something, if we want to pick something with our mouse, we need to have a notion of the screen and all these things. But here's the thing, we don't really need that here, okay? We're gonna do if re.runtime, right? Sorry, re.input. Let's be clear. This is the way we do it in Rogue Engine, okay? I'm just simply using some helpers to help you do this in an easier way that you would need to do this by hand on Three.js, okay? So this is how the Three.js world and the Rogue Engine world get together here, okay? And where somebody asks for something and says, okay, I want to pick things easier in the scene. And this is the kind of stuff that I do then, you know? Get down, I would say fire again, okay? Fire again, okay? The same thing we did here in the first person picker when we were shooting the ray from the center of the camera, right? We're shooting from the center of the camera and saying pick there, right? Now we need to know, okay, where in the screen are we actually clicking? Okay, which object are we clicking? So we need to convert the direction of the mouse into a 3D position and hit that thing, right? Well, we don't need to do that here, right? That's going to be a lot simpler. Okay, we're simply going to say re.pick. Okay, I'm going to say re.runtime.scene.children. Okay, that's it. I'm going to get the const of say, I don't know, ops. Naming things. Naming things. Okay. We're going to say that if let's call it intersections. Let's call it intersections. Like same we did before, right? So we don't change things in any way, right? So let's come here and say, let's do, in fact, we can do exactly the same thing. We can copy paste this code. We can copy paste it exactly like it. You know, it's like this. Yeah, intersections. And we say that, yeah, we only don't need this. Well, we're actually just going to pick one, right? Intersection. So if we hit something, okay, if we hit an object, okay, we're going to say intersection. If we ask the selectable tag, we're going to set, let's do this. Let's just add the same selected thing we had here. Okay. Yeah, let's have that. Yeah, there. And so here we go, right? So we have the selected name, the name of the parent of the object we've selected. Okay, this is going to be either the object itself or it's going to be the this is going to be the nearest object, right? The nearest object means me or someone above. So because I don't think I was clear enough with that, I don't think I mentioned that it could be the object itself. But yeah, I think it was. I thought it was obvious, but obviously I was making too many assumptions there. And we could add this to the camera, right? We could add this to the camera and say, let's picker there. I call it object picker there. Okay. And let's say come here. Okay. And now we can group again. Yeah, we were just having problems with the yeah, there we go, my box group, and this one doesn't have a label, this one doesn't have a thing. So you see the tag here, right? Remember, you have to look at the selected there, right? So you have group, have the my box there. Okay, so that's how it works. All right, you simply do that and it will work, as you can see. So that makes it super easy, right? That was, how many lines of code was that? Like, just pick and there, and then you do something with the thing you pick. Doesn't get easier than that, does it? I mean, I don't know. I think, but yeah, because, and the reason I wanted to bring this up was because before I had told Nige that when he asked this, that he could use the picker, right? He could use what's it called? Yeah, re.pick for the first person thing. But no, that was not true. That was an error in my part. Okay, so yeah, no, you cannot use re.pick for this. You need to use for the first person one, you need to use a raycaster. But if you want to click something in the scene, use the pick, and that's gonna solve your problem right away. And you're gonna have an object picker where you can pick something in the scene directly, right? So you can, sorry, I forget to look at the camera, and I keep looking at the screen there, and I forget to look at the camera. I'm looking at the monitor, the audio monitor. I'm scared. I'm still scared about the audio. I still think it's gonna go. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay, so what I was saying is that if you need to hit something with this from the center of the screen, right? You need to create a raycaster set from camera, and if you need to pick something in your scene with the mouse, you use re.pick. Very simple, right? Very, very simple. Solves your problem, and you can go ahead and be a happy game coder doing very simple stuff like that. You know, you can worry about all the other nuances because you're gonna have a lot of other things to do, lots of work to do. But yeah, that's the thing, right? So any doubts, anyone there who's still there? I don't know. I see that there's like one person on Twitch or something. I don't know. Some one person on Twitch. I don't know if there's anyone there on Twitch. Yeah, I don't know. If there's someone there, if you have any doubts, you need anything, you need to, is something else here that wasn't clear enough, or you need some clarification or something, you let me know, and I'll address it. I'll take questions and all that. But yeah. Sorry, mate. What? Started laughing there. What happened, mate? All right. So all right. You let me know. You let me know if there's anything else. I don't think I'm looking and monitoring here. I don't think there's anyone here. I think we are like, yeah, we have like 2 people on YouTube, and we have like what? Maybe how many? 1 people. It's just you here. It's just you here. A good thing. You know, it's just you here on Twitch. So, what do you say? You're alone there. Well, there's 2 people there. Probably me. The other one is my monitor, probably. So, how does that feel? We're very special. All right, that's all then. I'm not going to bore you with more stuff like this. We had, I think we had a good go. We had a good run. We did some interesting stuff. I think Nige is going to be happy with the answer, I hope. I know we had some ups and downs. Thank you, mate. Thank you for supporting us. It says good thing that I think we have an interesting solution here for this. We touched into a few points that I think are quite good, quite useful. And if you have any sort of doubt, you know, you can join the Discord. Go to rogueengine.io, click the Discord link there. There's a Discord icon there. Just click that and it'll take you directly to our Discord. And you can ask questions, you can ask for help, whatever you need. You know, I know some people are going to see this later and going to have some fun watching me struggle here. I know that. I know. You're going to have so much fun struggling there, watching me struggle there. And yeah, you hopefully you're going to struggle watching me struggle. We're going to struggle together. So yes, that's it, I think. Okay, I'm just going to leave because this is too much, too long, I think, already. So it's going to be it's 5 to 12. So it's too late already. And I think it's enough. I think it's been enough for tonight. Tomorrow I'll be back and we will be doing we'll do some game development, some actual game development. We're going to start with the tower defense, okay? Unless someone comes and says, okay, so go into the Discord. Okay, so join the Discord, go there and ask for help or something if you need. But also, if you need if you want something else, if you have an objection against the tower defense, it's today or never, you know, before the moment that I start, because I'm just going to start preparing and all that tomorrow, getting the assets and all that stuff, and we're going to start working on that. So let me know. The idea is to have something for Saturday. So if you're watching this at some point, whenever you're watching this, if it's before tomorrow, please let me know what you want to see. All right, mate? Cheers. Thank you very much for joining. I hope it was a good explanation, that you found some value with this. I'm probably going to cut some pieces and bits of this. And even with my mistakes and all that, I hope you found some nice little, you know, pick on how to debug the problems that you find and all that. So yeah, let's go with that. All right. Thank you very much for joining.